Jared Boomer, 104.1 WLBC. It is the Wake Up Crew. We're joined once again by Mikenley Brown and Mike Brown. Mikenley, a contestant this season on The Voice. How are you guys today?
Doing so good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for coming in today and chatting with us one more time about your experience on The Voice. So now The Voice has wrapped up. We now know that you finished in the top 4, made it to the finals of The Voice. But how would you just sum up your experience on The Voice as a whole, you know, from all the way back to the beginning part with the auditions all the way through the finals?
I would say I'm so incredibly grateful for the entire experience. I would have never imagined at the beginning of the experience that I would have ended where I did. So I'm so grateful. I've grown so much in confidence. I've made so many connections and met so many friends and so many cool, awesome people. And just, grown so much from the experience. So if there's anyone out there wanting to try out for the show, definitely do it. 100%. It's so worth it.
And I think that is like such a big hurdle for some people is they just don't take that, you know, initial step to say, oh, I'm going to go ahead. You know, they might talk about it, but they never put that plan into reality. Yeah. And so you know, have done that and obviously did that with American Idol too. And so you're kind of familiar with that process at this point. But were there any nerves for you going into the process of The Voice, or were you pretty comfortable?
Yeah, I would say yes, definitely there were nerves. I've been trying out for The Voice since I was 14, I think.
I think so.
And because before you're on the show, you have to do multiple Zoom auditions or video submissions. So I started doing that when I was 14, and I've been told no every time. And then obviously this time it was a little different. But yeah, even before the show, auditioning is nerve-wracking. And then when you're on the show for that blind audition round, oh my gosh, I really don't know if I've ever been that nervous. And I say all the time, or me and Dad were just talking about this the other day, but people tell me all the time, they're like, you look so calm. You look like, you just effortlessly do it. And I'm like, yeah, I look that way, but internally I'm actually freaking out. I process things whenever my mind feels a little crazy. They don't always come out, and I don't always really freak out. I just kind of I look very calm and ready. And I'm definitely ready, but calm, no, definitely not. Blind audition is definitely nerve-wracking and scary. And then once they turn around, it's like a wave of relief falls over you. Battle rounds, super fun, especially because, at least for me, I got to sing with somebody that I really did care about and love so much. So it was really fun to be able to sing with a friend. And yeah, every round I was a little nervous, but you got to do it scared and be brave and do it anyway. And it's always worth it.
I wanted to ask you, too, about spending the time in Hollywood, because you were there for a while. So how did that affect you personally, maybe just being away from home for so long, since you did, make it all the way to the finals? So that was a long time that you were out in Hollywood, doing the show.
Yeah. So getting there, the first 2 days I was there, I was sitting in my bed, sobbing my eyeballs out, calling my mom, calling my dad. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm going to quit. I need to come home. And they're like, no, you can't. You're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And I'm like, no, I'm coming home. And my grandma, my mom, my dad all took turns consoling me, one after the other, the first 2 days. I had never
It's like,
traveled.
Okay, time to get on the phone with Mikenley for the therapy session.
For the therapy session, yeah. But I had never done anything on my own like that. I never flew on my own, never been in LA by myself ever. So it was definitely terrifying at first. But thankfully I did audition for The Voice with a couple of my friends from American Idol, Liam Von Elb and Peyton Kyle. They were on last season of The Voice. But I got to spend a lot of my time out there with them, and I was so close to them and they're like my big brothers. So it was a little bit easier of an adjustment to get there than it ended up being a little bit easier, and I didn't spend the rest of my time crying in my bed. There were some times I still did towards the end, but it was fun for sure.
I wanted to ask you too, looking back at all your performances on the show, if you had to pick a favorite one, what would you say that one maybe was? Did you have one that stood out to you in terms of song?
I have 3 favorites. My first favorite is probably Almost Is Never Enough by Ariana Grande. I sang that in the finale. I got to sing with Kelly, which was really cool. We sang What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. So those were my 2 favorite songs that I got to do. And then my battles with Liv was also one of my favorites. I really probably like all of those performances equally. They were all special in their own ways. I sang Almost Is Never Enough for my grandma. And cause she's wanted me to sing that song on the show since before I even was on it. What Was I Made For? I knew I wanted it to be super emotional. And I knew Kelly had sang on her show before, and it would be easier practice times and she knew the song. So I chose that. And then Focus, that song actually got chosen for us, and me and Liv, neither of us knew it, but we completely made it our own. So each of those performances were probably my favorite and most special to me.
And how much of like a personal relationship do you have with Kelly Clarkson at this point? Obviously, she was your coach. You worked with her. Does that relationship kind of continue on even though the show's over, or is that, kind of completed at this point?
I've talked to her a little bit since I've been home. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Kelly Clarkson and I are friends.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'd consider it that.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
If you're listening, Kelly.
If you're listening, but she's been really great and very sweet. And I always tell people what you see of her on the show is exactly how she is behind stage. She's very genuine and really does care. So yeah, I mean, right now she's just someone that I can learn from and take advice from if I really need it. But yeah, she's awesome.
Nice. And now that you've obviously, completed this season on The Voice, what do you kind of want to do next in your career? Obviously, we've talked about how this is like, you said it before we started talking, a lifestyle for you, and this is what you're entirely focused on. So now that you've been on American Idol and also The Voice and made it really far on The Voice, what do you want to do next?
I think next, everyone keeps asking me if I'm going to get signed, and I really don't even know if that's going to be the correct option for me. Right now, me and Dad are just kind of going wherever the wind takes us. We're doing gigs as much as we possibly can, which has been really fun. We've been doing more private events recently, which has been really fun and intimate. And then also I love writing and creating in the studio and making my own music. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of that here soon. I go in a couple weeks, or I guess next week, to stay with one of my friends where we're going to be working on an EP together. And then, yeah, I have a couple other EP ideas for the year, and I also have an album idea. So I'm going to try my hardest to make all those come to life. That's a goal, but we shall see. Yeah.
Nice. And if people want to come out and see you perform, where are some like public gigs that you have coming up that are close by?
You want me to take this one?
Yes.
Yes.
See,
Mr. Manager.
See, yes. See, he's the manager. He knows dates and times and everything. He keeps me in track on those things.
Yeah. That's why we make such a good team. So this coming weekend we have 2 events coming up. Both will be at Twin Lions in Newcastle. What this one is going to be Friday night and Saturday night, both ticketed events. So you would have to call to get tickets. Friday is for family.
Okay.
So you can bring kids, and there'll be if enough tickets sell, so we're giving it till Wednesday night. If enough tickets sell, then we'll have the kids' night. There'll be a meet and greet, and then a 2-hour show from 7 to 9. And then on Saturday night, which is what seems to be what most people are excited about, is adult night. So come, bring your girlfriends.
The food
or hang
is
out.
so good. The food is so good. The people are so sweet too.
Yes. Shout out to Joe and Kai, of the Bistro and of Twin Lions. But that night will be adults only, and you get it's $50 a ticket. You get your appetizer, your entree, your dessert. You get but it's including one alcoholic drink if you want that. And then that's also how we're getting paid for the show. So we don't get paid unless we sell tickets. And I think there's like 25 tickets left for that one.
Okay.
So,
jump on that if you want to go. Yeah.
Jump on that, and then get a hold of us if you want a private party.
Nice. That was going to be my next question for you. If people want to book you for events or kind of follow along with your career, how can they do that?
Really message either of us. If you message me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I will probably, if you message me, I'll probably send you to him. But you can also message him, And he on his Facebook and Instagram and
Yep.
all that fun stuff. So
that would be Phil Mike Brown on
sometimes
Facebook.
we get group chats going on where we're both in it.
Yep.
But sometimes I really do just send it to him.
Well,
like ask him, he knows.
what I've been trying to do, at least with my knowledge, is when people reach out, I'm the original contact. But once we get the ball rolling, then I always try to include Mikenley in those conversations so she sees how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But like
so I'm not oblivious.
So she's she's not oblivious, but like she sees then how everything works and then knows the importance of, oh, well, this is why we have a team, because not one person could do all of it.
Well, yeah, because the things I'm bad at, a lot of the times he's good at. There are some things we're both bad at. And we both need to get better at, like being late.
We're getting there.
We're terrible. We're both terrible at time management.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
I think I maybe care a little bit more, but it's all right.
I care a lot. You're going to get a spanking.
What? Ew,
You're not too old for a butt whooping.
No, I am. Trust me.
So, yeah, you can get a hold of me on Facebook or Instagram or
Very
I
cool.
think I've even got a TikTok too, I think.
Okay.
But,
very nice.
Yep.
And you're Phil Mike Brown on Facebook. And
Yep.
then Mikenley, what are your handles as well?
All my social media should be Mikenley B. So my name's spelled a little weird. Mike, remember Mike, N. Lee, B. And then I think my Facebook is Mikenley Brown.
Very cool. Very cool. So, well, thank you guys so much for coming in today and chatting for a little bit. And I'm excited to see kind of what happens from this point on. It sounds like a lot of music is possibly in the works. So that's very exciting.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you guys so much.
Of course.
Thanks,
Thank
ma'am.
you.